Hello and welcome to the Even Me podcast. This is your co-host, More Speaks.
And your girl Kim.
You go, Kim. And today, podcast number 28.
Bang, bang, 28. Mm.
So today, topic for today is going to be never allow someone to make you feel deep regret of your past. So, Kim, go ahead and bring us into this one.
Okay, so you already feel going through life. You made some mistakes. You already judging yourself based on your own mistakes and the things you did, the thoughts you had, anything to that nature. So as you're going through life and different people that you encounter, and you kind of share some things that you've been through, and they make you feel like deep regrets that, oh, you went through this, or I can better sum it up, oh, you had kids, 8 kids, and yeah, I was fucking, but I brought my fucking into the world. Just because you aborted yours, I'm not gonna bring that up to you, or you was sleeping with everything, 3 4 men at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. No sin is greater than another, right? Because Jesus was on the cross next to a thief and a murderer, right? So I just hate when people try to make you, and some people don't try, they don't know they're doing it, but they do kind of make you feel bad. And a lot of people say, I can't make you feel anyway. Yes, you can. Yes, you can make me feel some kind of way because you keep talking about it like I'm less than, I'm not worthy of. And it makes you start deep regretting some things about your life when those things you had to go through, those things you had to encounter in order to be where you're at.
Yep. So, I mean, a lot of things we do in the past will come up. And sometimes, like you said, it's kind of bad to, you know, give people a lot of information or tell them too much. That's why I see a lot of people don't share, you know, their past or don't divulge much information about themselves because they don't want that. They don't want someone to demean them, someone to talk down, knowing that their situation is probably the same. And like you said, they may be aborted, you know, the kids or gave the kids away or don't even take care of their kids, I think it's sometimes it's people that are trying to make their situation feel better because they are feeling a certain kind of way. Because I had a friend a long time ago who aborted a baby and she can't have any kids anymore now. So she has this deep regret now that, you know, because she was younger, 18, 19, straight out of high school, got pregnant, and she never told anybody. She didn't tell me. I've known her since high school and she never told me anything until like 20, 30 years ago. About 20, 30 years, later, after this happened. So it's kind of crazy that, we knew each other in high school and, she got pregnant and now she tells me that she regrets, not having the baby or at least giving it for adoption because now, her insides are screwed up. I don't know what they did, but she says she can't have a kid. So, I mean, I would think that's a real deep regret because you did something, in the past that now is going to hurt you in the future. What if you find a man that wants kids? You're going to either have to adopt or, find a surrogate or something like that. So, I mean, I think making light or, putting shade on someone's situation to make yourself feel better. I think that's a horrible situation. And I know a lot of jokesters, they do that. I know sometimes I make jokes and things like that, but if it's a situation that's kind of a bad situation, I kind of like stay away from it because I tend to forget that that is a situation that could eventually like hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, you know, try to bring up other stuff in your past, and I truly like, I would think people would try to, before they say something, they think, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just, they intentionally want to hurt someone. I had a cousin that always brought up how my mom was when she was drunk and how she would beat me. That was a joke to her, but that was a scar in my life. You know what I'm saying? And you keep trying to reopen that scar and trying to make me feel some kind of way. And it's like, dang, are you that evil that you want to bring something up? So you telling me that let's bring up all the men that beat you and did the stuff they did to you. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel? You don't want nobody, and it's a joke. Let's laugh about it. Oh, she got beat. Ha ha ha. That's not something that you do. And I kind of I spoke to a man named Sean in Kroger's, and he was working the cold section, and that what made me think about this topic, because he was like, he doesn't go around his family anymore because he made some mistakes in his life, and they seem like they say they forgave him and they love him, but anytime they at the table, they bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? He already feels bad about what he done. So he's trying to he's in recovery. He's been clean, he said, about 5-6 years. Um, but they keep bringing it up, and that's like a wound. And sometimes they want to drive him back to that. It put him in depression because he lost a lot during that time he was, out there. And I'm like, it's not a bad that you don't want to go around your family like that. You could speak to them. They reach out to you, reach out back to them, speak. But you don't have to interject yourself somewhere that gonna make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel bad about what you've done. Because the past is the past. He's doing good. He's working at Kroger's. He got him a little spot. It's not much. And he was just telling me the whole story. It was like, one day I want to come on your podcast. I was telling him, it was like, it's about pain and hurt. A lot of us go through it. And some people just need to, unleash it. Sometimes you can go to a therapist, and most of us can't afford them because they're very expensive. You just need to be able to share some things and nobody actually bring it back up to you. You know what I'm saying? Just like a group therapy. And I don't know why, for some reason, I walk in the store and I just end up talking to people and find out their life story. I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to be a therapist at all.
I think you got that spirit, but I guess talking about the situation, I think some people hate to see other people doing well.
Mhm.
So like in that situation, he was doing stuff. He's 5 years sober, whatever he was doing, and they hate to see that. They got to bring him back. Oh, you used to do this, you used to do that. Okay, well, that's 5-10 years ago. I've moved on. I got my own place. I'm trying, I'm in recovery, but those people just want to pull you back. Remember when you used to do this and you used to be on the streets and you did this, you did that. Of course, like I said before, you can do 1,000 good things. You do one bad thing, that's all they're gonna bring up. And that's the same situation. I mean, he's doing 5 years of good stuff, but guess what? When he was down, and out, that's all they're gonna bring up. And it's like, let the past be the past. If you're gonna forgive me, forgive me. And some people just can't forget. It's a lot of people that do that. They'll forgive you, but they don't want to forget it. And it's crazy because, in this world that we're living in right now, this media world, it's always so easy to pull up the bad stuff that people do. But how many times you watch the news, you hear 15 bad stories and one good one, and the one good one gets drowned out because of all the bad stuff. And it's like, you're like, why do I even watch TV? Like I used to watch, the news faithfully, just to hear like the stories. And now it's like the reverse. It's funny because I was just talking to my mom, right? And she was talking about a guy who went to Fiesta or Kroger. I can't remember what she said. And he had like a bag and he was stealing like a whole bunch of like meats. And he was going back and forth, with the security. And I guess people try to help him, but he ended up going away with nothing because they took everything away. He kept saying, it's mine, it's mine, And I was telling my mom, I was like, that's nothing. That's one person. I was like, have you seen, these 30 and 40 kids running into Nordstrom, running into Gucci, running into Louis Vuitton, running into Best Buy, and just running through a rampant and just stealing everything they can, and what is the security going to do? And it's weird because how many times you've been to Best Buy and you can't walk out of Best Buy without them checking the receipt? That's like the only place they check a receipt all the time. Walmart, they just like stare at it. You really don't have to do that. But the security was just standing there. They were just they were stealing a bunch of Xboxes and whatever they could and just running out of there. And it's like no face mask, no nothing, just stealing. I'm like, and it's like whites, blacks, Hispanics, girls, boys, of all ages. And I'm like, what is this world coming to when people can just run into a place and steal a whole bunch of things and feel like they can just do that, instead of like freaking working for it, I would, this is totally honest. I'd rather somebody sell drugs and get money to go buy stuff rather than going into a store and just stealing, because going into a store and just stealing, anyone can have a pistol and just shoot you. At least, I mean, I don't want to condone selling drugs, but at least you're making money one way or another and not killing a robin, because robin, it's going to lead to something else. It's like, the other story. I know I'm taking all your time.
No, you good.
But did you hear the story in the Galleria? 17-year-old young black lady going to work, got robbed for her purse, her wallet, and her phone. And she got stabbed 2 times and died. And the mama, was like trying to like find her. And I don't know the full story, but I know that within an hour of her being robbed, home chick, Hispanic, I think 37 or 40 something years old, got away on a bike and they ended up catching her today. And she had already, the mom, before she could, cancel the cards, the home chick already had used it. I think that's how they caught her. She must have went somewhere and used this girl's card. But I mean, 17-year-old going to work gets killed in the Galleria area. You're like, you would think, nowhere's safe, to be honest. You would think in the Galleria area, you'd be kind of safe, but like you ain't safe nowhere.
I mean, the thing of it is like, I'm gonna just say, Lord forgive me if anybody from the city of Houston ever hear this podcast. I can't stand the city of Houston. Cannot stand anything dealing. I'm not gonna say the police. Okay, I won't say the police, right? They're trying to do their job. But you got the DA, assistant DAs, and these judges. Horrible. Put it like that. I mean, because I bet you if we look up that 37-year-old woman criminal record, she done did something to this nature before they led up to where she got to, but she got away. She has been boosting or doing some serious stuff, and she see this baby going to work and take from her. You 37-year-old.
She looked like a druggie too.
So tell me.
I saw the damn mugshot.
Yeah, so therefore, and the reason why I think, because a lot of people say I need to, advocate about the gun violence in the city of Houston and whatever, because my son was killed in the Galleria and the killer got away. They caught him in Oklahoma, brought him back, and city of Houston, what the judge and the DA and them do? Let him out on bond. Now, if I go to go to jail for a traffic ticket, I'm in there. Like I'm finna go to prison, right? They let him out, gave him bond. He jumped bond. They got him again. They let him out again. Finally, the feds caught him. So the feds the one got it. So my thing of it is, and not to just say those people, their past, they can't clean themselves up, don't, talking bad about them, but they're not trying to clean themselves up. So something needs to be done for them hurting innocent people like this 17-year-old baby. She was doing the right thing. This woman 20 some years older than her
Mm-hmm.
took her life. And that's when I'm like, for a person like me that may have, say tickets or wrote a hot check when I was 18, didn't know how to balance a checkbook, right? I'm being, persecuted still for years of one $25 check. And here it is, y'all letting these people constantly just get away with stuff, get away with it, get away with it. And finally, when they do something, they taking a life. They taking a life. And so it's just like, I don't know.
Well,
I
that's why I was kind of sad that Sylvester Turner, he couldn't run again, or Sheila Jackson Lee couldn't get it, because they were big advocates of non-violent people, getting better sentences. Like person who's selling, marijuana, damn near life in prison, or something like that, many years, and then a convicted killer getting like 2 or 3. It makes no sense. And I mean, if you're down and out, don't kill the person. I mean, I'm not saying it was okay for her to steal, the little girl's purse, but don't stab her.
Yeah. Took the purse and go. Like, damn. Even if she wrestled that baby, the only thing you know how to do, I think I would too. Now, I would wrestle if all my valuables is in there, but I know to let it go. But I'm just like, you could have just took the purse, took whatever, and gone. But watch, we're gonna watch this. She's gonna sit in city of Houston or the county for about a year or two before they take her to trial. She get fat, full, and enjoy a couple of birthdays people send her, whatever, and then she go serve time that girl's mom is paying taxes in the state of Texas for her to eat for a good 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, I've always said, if the killer or the person is caught red-handed, and 100%, like there's no doubt, like you got them on camera, you got everything, you have undoubtable evidence, stop wasting our money. If they're sentenced to death, just do it. Now if it's a case that and we don't know, and we have to, all these these people that have been incarcerated for many years, and now DNA is freeing them. Okay, those cases, if there's a doubt and it's not like a proven fact, like I get caught stabbing a girl in front of a cop, don't take me to freaking jail, just take care of them. I say just off them. I don't think, I mean, yes, that's somebody's baby, but he's killing somebody or she's killing somebody. She did something, that it's like capital murder, but if it's, some, boosting or going to, writing hot checks or, PPP frauds or something like that, I think they need to, kind of like put them in a different type of, I guess class, put them, a person here, put a person there, I don't know. Back to the topic, because I just had to get that, because I've been thinking about that today, and it was weird, and just like you say, the past and holding that against people. It's like that person that you saw in Kroger. If everybody held that against him, he wouldn't have a job. I mean, how many convicts have, lead a great life, and they have to find, these jobs that don't really check on them, and they don't ever do anything again. They lead their life, or they do, good things. What if we would hold them back because of their past? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want a convicted rapist, no matter how many years ago, working at a store, and you don't know, because anything can happen. These people, they say they give them like pills, or they get castrated, or whatever the hell it is. they're still gonna have urges, and you don't want. It's like putting a monkey in a cage with bananas. They want bananas. That's what they eat. That's their natural, food. They're gonna go eat it. It's or like, a dog with a whole bunch of teddy bears. He's gonna hump the shit out of it, each one, because that's what he knows to do. So I'm just saying, it's like R. Kelly taking R. Kelly to like a teen music award show.
Oh my God. Oh, you I couldn't even say nothing on that. But it's it's true. It's true. Like, definitely. You don't want a rapist working, that a known rapist working around kids or elderly that they can take advantage of. You don't want that. But like my church, they do Angela House. That's for convicted women that just got out of prison to get back on their feet and get themselves together. Now, this is what I want to say. And I take my baby's word 100%. She's 15. And she said, Mom, I'm leaving Texas. When I make 18, I'm gone. Yeah. Because Texas is a hang me state. They don't ever forgive you for anything. But you can go to another state and you committed a crime and you can be in the Senate or counseling. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do say, when I say convicted rapist, I mean a person that's been convicted. Mm-hmm. Now, like these people, they get put on the what is it, child pornography? What is that list?
Something like with child pornography, or
yes, can't remember what it is, but it's when they've touched kids or something like that. I think some people are put on that and they really shouldn't. So, like, I don't know if you know this, but let's say your son being 15, or I mean, your daughter being 15, she's sexting with a guy that's 21. Mm-hmm. And, or vice versa. I think it's more the boy being younger. He gets put on that list just because he was sexting with another person or another, older person. And I've seen it, and it's like, that follows you the rest of your life, and all you're doing was sexting. I mean, they shouldn't be doing this shit anyway because they're too young. But, innocent kids don't understand that me sending a naked picture of myself to another kid, you get put on the list. I can't even remember what the hell the name of the list is.
Sex offender?
Yeah, I think it's sex offender.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you get put on that, and like wherever you go, you can look it up. You can find like where the nearest sex offenders are, in your neighborhood. There's like a list. So if there's one in your neighborhood, you're like, man, is this like a sex offender that's gonna come over here and try to touch my kids, or is it just a kid that sent a picture, sexting with another kid? So you don't know that they can't really tell you because that's private files, because they're still juvenile. But still, I mean, I think things like that, they need to like revamp those. They need to look at those and yeah, he was sexting, but I think the offense is totally different than a boy touching a boy, in real life, than sending a picture, boy and a boy or boy and a girl or whatever. I think a lot of things, just like, the court cases and stuff like that. And I think Houston's just backed up. I know you dislike Houston, but I think Houston is backed up. But I mean, we could be worse. We could be in New York, which is even freaking worse. I mean, their laws are more strict than here, because the gun laws here are like way relaxed here. I can carry a pistol all day. I mean, matter of fact, I just got an alert earlier that a few neighborhoods up from me, somebody was carrying a hatchet walking up and down the street.
What? Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, could it be he was cutting down his tree? And he borrowed the hatchet from a neighbor and he was walking. I don't know. Sometimes these posts seem to be misleading, through next door and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I think, things in your past can always come back and haunt you, but I think family members and people close to you tend to use that to their advantage and want to belittle you and I think those are the people you got to stay away from. I mean, I think so far in this podcast we got so many people we got to stay away from, but I think there's you just have to see who you become friends with and who you open up to, because I don't think you can just open up to everybody, because everybody don't need to know your life. Everybody don't need to know, what you did in your past, because that they're only going to use that against you, especially like if you're in a relationship with a partner or something. I think it comes a point in time where you do open up to them, but you have to feel 100. I feel you have to feel like 100% with them or something, because you don't want to give them all the beans and then they're like, well, Kim did this, Kim used to do that, should I be worried, should I look through her phone, shit like that. That's going to lead to other things. Maybe some things need to be held back. If you telling all your secrets and he's telling all his secrets, then okay, then you're just wiping the slate clean. But if you're just divulging a couple of things here and there and he's not saying anything, I think you kind of need to watch it.
Yeah, so I feel like this book I'm reading, it was given to me by my new auntie. I love her to death. She from Georgia, but she's living in moving to California. But trustworthy.
Georgia.
Shut up. You gotta shake your head, Ray Charles. But anyway, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't stand you sometimes. But the book
over here.
Oh, you silly. But trustworthy. People have to prove they're trustworthy to even receive anything from me now, And I think that's bad in a certain way for me, because I don't have trust for people. So even when they say, I'm sorry, I never do this again, I'm sorry about this, still I'm like, okay. But in every points of my mind, not just the back, the front, the side, everything, I'm like, yeah. You have to build that trust to me. You're not trustworthy, because I'm gonna look at you. It could be a friend, a family member, an ex, a coworker, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna look at you and be waiting. And unless I'm waiting for them to do what they do. So I done built up this hardness not to trust you anymore, because I used to give people trust that wasn't trustworthy my trust. You see what I'm saying? And then you just ran and stomped on it and kicked it on the ground. And so now I'm just protecting it. So if I give you a little trust, I'm still going to be looking and waiting. So when you rear your ugly head, because I already know what you're about. I figure everybody's like that now. I'm not going to give too much like I used to, because if I do, you want to bring it up. Oh, you did this or you did that. Hey, I did it. I'm not going to feel bad about it because I repented. You repented for it. But you're not going to make me feel bad. So that's, don't let nobody try to make you.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever met someone and they act a certain way and they want you to meet a family member and you don't want to meet them because of the way one person acts?
Hell yeah.
The person that you know.
Yeah.
Have you ever been wrong about the person?
Mm-mm.
I was. So I met, there was a family member who kept saying, hey, I want you to meet someone. I want you to meet my sister. I want you to meet my sister. And I'm like, I would think they were just like the sister, and they were completely opposite. They had money, they had, their mind was right. They were into investing. Total opposite of the sister we know. And it's crazy, hopefully they don't listen to this, because they'll know who it is. But
I wish I would have met some. Every time I meet somebody, I'm like, it just be craziness. Now people I just met out of the blue on my own, they're about something, or they didn't open up totally, and we started talking or whatever and became cool, and they opened up little by little, and I was like, huh, that's a good friend that try to push me and do better or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah.
going back to that, I think, as I was saying that earlier, but I wanted to get to our stories. Um, I think you got a genuine heart. I think people know that, they know that they can talk to you. That's why so many random ass people come up to you, start talking to you. I don't know what it is, but I guess, and it's just, I think spiteful people probably will dislike you, but
Mhm.
I think people that you meet will like you.